Welcome to Rock Solid Productions, where for the second year we are back at the Missouri GameCon 2019. Hey everyone, Gary here with Rock Solid Productions. If this is your first time to the channel, just want to take a second to thank you for stopping by and checking out what we have going on. If you like what you see here, make sure you go ahead and check out some of the other videos that we have here on the channel. And if you really like what you see, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button so you get up to date each and every time with every new piece of content that we post. We are back once again at the Missouri GameCon for 2019, where we're going to do a panel, we're going to check out some cool stuff and cool gear to possibly pick up, and more. So a couple things that I am looking for. First of all, I'm looking for any of the Parodius series of games. I am also looking for Captain America and the Avengers for the NES. And I might actually even pick up an Xbox. I know. Let's check things out.
Welcome to Missouri.
Oh my god, it's Gary. Hi, Gary.
Cubs, really?
Oh, well, that's an unsubscribe right there.
ABC, anyone but the Cubs, man. The line formed to get into the building quite early. In fact, I was quite surprised how many people were waiting in line, as this blew away the wait from last year. In previous years, they had the Metal Jesus Rocks crew to the event. To change things up, this year they brought in the Game Chasers, Norm the Gaming Historian, and Pat the NES Punk. I was also pleased to see our local game store Live Action Games on site. So one of the games I was really looking forward to trying to find here at the show was Captain America and the Avengers for the NES. And it's not a rare or an expensive game. I've just had a hard time finding it. I asked around at a bunch of different vendors. No, we don't have it. Oh, it's a great game. No, we don't have it. And I even asked one vendor, do you have it? And they said no. And as I went around the corner and looked at their booth, they did. And I got it for a really good price. Now, it's an action platformer with the Captain America and the Avengers in it. And if you really want to see some cool footage on it, do me a favor, check out my friend E.C. Myers Vids, Eugene Myers. He has got some great just playthrough and live stream archives of Captain America and the Avengers for the NES. It's a great game. I'm looking forward to playing it. So walking into the main hall here, there are so many different vendors set up, just like last year. And I mean, there's so much cool stuff here. I mean, hey Mikey, you see the pops? They have pops here, Mikey. Guess what you don't get? You don't get a pop. There were so many cool things here at the show, including the Singer sewing machine for the Game Boy. There were also a ton of imports too. In our first appearance at the Missouri GameCon last year, I had the opportunity to do an open cart surgery live with John Riggs. It was a ton of fun, and I really appreciate John for inviting me to come and be a part of it with him. Now this year we had a separate panel talking about how to take your N64 and prep it basically for the next decade. We covered some of the different controller options that are out there, from the Retro Fighters Brawler 64 and the Tribute 64 from Retrobit. We talked about how to install different mod kits into the system to be able to do either RGB out or HDMI with the Ultra HDMI. And then we also talked about how to install the Region Free mod. One of the cool things was Zach Maynard, aka the Mr. Maynard, had an N64 that he needed RGB modded. So we installed a Voultar RGB mod kit live here at the show. And well, for some reason his power supply didn't want to work, but he tested it later and it worked great. I really want to thank those who came to the panel and checked out what we had going on. You guys asked some amazing questions. I love the interactivity. It was so much fun, and we look forward to coming back and doing it again next year.
Do we have dates for 2020 yet? Do you have a vision for 2020?
I would guess the dates are going to be like a year from today.
Okay.
So I guess that would be August 1st next year.
Very cool.
But not sure.
So I just had a strange gentleman walk up to me and ask me if I wanted to play his game that he had. And somehow I wound up trading a copy of Tasmania for the Genesis for Kung Fu. Check out 8-Bit Brody's channel. He's got the details there on what went down. I wanted to, but no, I didn't buy it. So we're gonna trigger Adam Korlick here. We're gonna trigger him.
What am I mad about?
The fact that Shenmue is not the best game ever produced by Sega.
It is, though.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be mad about that. I'm not gonna be mad about you making an incorrect statement. What's wrong with you?
So last year, Ginger got a little annoyed at me because she saw a Nintendo 64 that she thought was really cool. I didn't buy it at the time. It basically was custom airbrush. There's ones with Mega Man on it, ones with Mario. The one I really liked was one with Darth Vader on it. I was a huge early Star Wars fan. There are only 3 movies. Episode 4, 5, and 6. I don't know what, people talk about others. Those are the only ones that matter. But this year, those same people were back. I knew they were, basically stopping doing what they were doing. But they came back with a twist. They took the guts and everything basically out of the shells, and they were selling just the shells. One of the reasons why I didn't buy one last year is because I didn't know the serial number on the units before he modded them. He had pulled off the serial number labels, so I was didn't know what we had, and if I wanted to install one of Voultar's RGB mod kits, I needed that information. They were selling just the shells, and I did this year pick up that Darth Vader shell, which is convenient for me because my N64 right now is basically naked. I took all the guts and everything out of my system. It had been a while since I RGB modded my N64, and I didn't remember all the vias and everything that I soldered to, so I had mine open and out so I could compare and contrast as I modded Mr. Maynard's system. But now I have that Darth Vader case, and it looks great, and my N64 is never gonna look the same. So we're nearing the end of the day, and we've got Retro Tony here. Tony, how has the show gone for you?
Absolutely amazing. Killed it here. This is my first time selling games at Missouri GameCon, and just talking to people. This is the most I've talked to people here at this con, and it's been an absolute blast.
What was the one thing that you didn't expect to sell that did sell, or the thing that you're hoping that you would be able to sell that did sell?
So, my copy of Earthbound sold within 2 minutes of me putting it down. That was a big surprise. Also, I had a Sega Pico. I didn't think that thing was going to go. It sold.
So, have you been able to pick anything up here at the show?
I have.
What'd you get?
See, Stevie. I made a trade. I got
a copy of Splatterhouse in Milwaukee. Great game.
Oh yeah. And I've been looking for Gargoyles complete.
Very cool.
Yeah. I got some PC stuff, but
And for people who want to follow you on the YouTubes and whatnot, where can they find you?
Just follow me. 2 words, Retro Tony.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you.
So just like last year, they have this kind of commons area set up with a bunch of arcade one-up machines set to free play, along with Zachary Maynard has got his Rush 2048, one of the Rush arcade cabinets set up here for people to check out too. It's actually really cool. It's a great way for people to not only experience what's going on inside the convention in the main area, but to kind of blow off some steam too. So we're starting to get down to the end of the show, and people are starting to tear down, actually. I'm kind of surprised that things have slowed down as much towards the end of the day. Last year it stayed pretty good right till the end, but things are starting to wrap down. Let's see if we can find some deals. Well, that's video.
I know. Very few times they'll get me on a video.
I first had a chance to see the Nintendo PlayStation back in Portland and was glad to see it here again. The guys from M-Cable hooked up one of their M-Cables to the Nintendo PlayStation, and man, when they did, this thing looked gorgeous. So we're here at the show with Mr. Maynard. How you doing? So he won today. He won today twice.
What exactly did he win?
The first thing, thank you for asking, Adam. The first thing that he won was a completely free mod service for his Nintendo 64.
Which is, you know, pretty cool. I'll agree with that.
Well, and I did the mod, so I mean, that's pretty cool.
That's a winner.
And the second thing that you want to explain this one?
Go right on ahead, I don't care.
No, it's, come on.
No, you can go ahead and explain it. I don't give a shit.
Adam, can you explain what happened?
Well, so we got the Marseille guys over here. They brought the M Classic, new device, and they had 4 M cables to give away, and they did a raffle, and Maynard won.
But Maynard wasn't here.
He actually won. But that was the bitch of it, though. He decided to walk away during the time of the raffle, and they called out for him multiple times, and he decided, I'm not gonna go over there, because he was all the way like 20 feet over there. He couldn't come this far over to get his prize, so it went to the next person. But he won a story, and an experience, and some knowledge. The knowledge that you don't walk away during a raffle when you have entered.
There it is, folks. The walk of shame. So one of the first deals at the end of the day that I got was from none other than Norm the Gaming Historian. I got his copy of Samurai Pizza Cats for the Famicom. Pretty awesome. I've seen Riggs talk about this, some other people. Great game. Don't feel bad for him. He did it to himself. So I think the last game has just been bought, and it's one I've been looking at for a while, and I kind of forget that, hey, I want this game, but I finally picked it up. Star Wars Rebel Assault for the Sega CD. It's one of those games that was also available on PC, I think. I seem to remember it, but it was one of the first, like, really awesome looking and sounding Star Wars games that was out there. So things are just wrapping up outside here, and we have our big winner of the day, Zach. Tell us all what you won.
I got a free modded N64.
No, that's what I'm talking about, your M cables.
Yeah, I supposedly won an N cable and I didn't go. Yeah.
Here is the final morning of the Missouri GameCon, and it's once again time for us to head to the VIP event. That's something where if you're attending the event, you can pay an extra fee to come. You get a free shirt, other benefits. If you're a presenter, you get to come and hang out and meet some other people too. We went last year to Two Plumbers Brewery, and it was great. We're going to a different location this year. Let's check it out. At the VIP event, they had a number of different gaming systems set up, including the Super Street Fighter machine that, hey, wait a second, what's Maynard doing? Zach, what you doing?
This is mine.
What do you mean that's yours?
It was a raffle, I didn't win, but $100 is $100. Bye, guys.
So there we go, our 2019 Missouri GameCon. It's a wrap. We had so much fun. We met the guys from Gaming Off the Grid, from Do You Nerd. Of course, spent a little bit of time talking to Norman, the gaming historian, Pat, the NES punk, and a whole lot of people here at the show. I just got to say thanks to everyone, even that guy there, it's 8-Bit Brody. Check him out too. So many great people, so many great YouTubers, so many great booths here at the show. Now, if you do want to make sure that you are kept up to date with everything that we have going on the channel, like I mentioned early on, make sure that you go ahead, hit that subscribe button. That way, each and every time we do upload new content, you are kept the most up to date. Also, if you do have any comments or questions, anything like that, feel free as always to email me at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. Hit me up on Twitter at RockSolidStudios, Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions, and then also on Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK. And if you want to help support the channel so we can go to more events, we are always up to going to more events. If you are running an event, please, as always, feel free to email me, rocksolidmail@gmail.com. We would love to come do a panel like what we did here, covering, like, here was how to update your Nintendo 64, where we did an RGB mod on Zach Maynard's personal N64. As always, too, if you want to help support the channel, make sure that you go ahead and head on over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/rocksolid. For as little as $1 a month, $12 a year, you get early access to all of our videos, exclusive one-on-ones with me, and a whole lot more. This has been a great second time to the Missouri GameCon for all of us. We really appreciate all the fun and hospitality we had. We hope to see you again next year at the Missouri GameCon and at the next event we are heading to. I am Gary. This has been Rock Solid Productions. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.